Boo! Oh my god, there's another one! Okay, I'm alive. So that didn't go so well. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of FTB Revelation. I hope you're enjoying your day. So this episode we have to first work on our food problem. We don't have a constant supply of food and we have to fix it. In between episodes I worked a little bit on our industrial area and we have a problem. Hi, do you see those lamps? They glitched out like yesterday and now they're back. Okay. I'm worried what will happen to the rest of them. And they're inverted and one of them is on without a redstone signal. Okay, I'll redo the recording. Take number 2. So I worked a little bit on our industrial area and we are producing some stuff here. It was very complicated, but this one will give us blaze powder. This one should give us redstone, and this one should give us glowstone, and the final one will give us ender pearls. And here I'm making the basic building blocks of the game, like stone, cobblestone, gravel, sand, basalt, and obsidian. That's actually all of them. Anyway, it requires a lot of water and the fluid conduits from Ender.io were not enough, so I had to add fluid ducts from thermal expansion and cover them with pipes from immersive engineering because I thought they will look cool. My favorite part is the control room and hopefully we can go through from the window. Doors are good, you should use them and not go through the window. Anyway, I have levers in order to control which kind of item I'm going to produce. I also have a screen from RF Tools, so I can control the cobblestone and stone and basalt generator. So if I flick a button, which works as a lever, and we can see it. I'm guessing we can see the sand. Yep, you see? It turned on. Cool. I can also show you the ender pearl for the tower. Yeah, you see there is also a light which indicates that they are online. I kind of like it. The wiring and configuration of this very inefficient device is also very complicated. It took me like 2.5 hours because you need all 4 types of conduits, you need fluid ducts, and you also need an extra item conduit on self-feed so that you can put the seed back. So it took a very long time, and in that time I could have just made a mob farm. But this is more fun. Our first order of business is to automate the production of BBQ Pulled Pork. This sketch has been here since episode 2 and I never worked on it, so now it's time to resume the work. So BBQ Pulled Pork is not as efficient as a top tier food. It gives me only 10 saturation points and 6 hunger hunches. But when you make the top tier food you get 29 saturation points, but you're also wasting 19 of them because you cannot have more than 10 saturation points anyway. This is easier to make, it has less stages to craft, and it should be less laggy. So we should work on this episode. My plan was not to spawn the pig, but I actually made a soul shard with pigs. So we're good to go. In order to get the meat from the pigs, we can use a grinder from Clayconia Evolution or even the version from Industrial Foregoing. But this is not so fun and these are creepers. Okay, hi. I didn't scream, and I forgot to change the mob imprisonment tool. I'll be back shortly, after I clean up this mess. As I was saying, if we spawn pigs, we can get the meat using a grinder. But this is too boring and we do this all the time, so I want to actually make a difference and do something a little bit more fun. We should do some tests. First option, flaming arrows. And they will also cook the pork for us, so we don't have to use a furnace, but this is going to be incredibly laggy because I don't know how much it will take for the arrows to despawn. Okay, let's turn it off for now. We also have an option from Thaumcraft, and I came to our Thaumcraft area and I just wanted to show you the V generators. They do not require any setup, you just craft them, they use the V in the chunk and they generate 10 RF per tick. I don't use this place that much, so 2 generators are more than enough for me. Our option from Thaumcraft is the hyper intelligent automated crossbow, and it kind of sucks. Okay, that's too slow. I can't make like 10 of them, that would take too much time. Okay, not this one then. A chemical thrower turret from Immersive Engineering with pyrotium. And it also cooks the pork for us. Okay, that's actually nice. The problem is that pyrotium is kind of expensive, so this is not my first option, I guess. But I kind of like it. A Tesla coil from Immersive Engineering. This would be cheaper for me because I just have to supply it with power and it does not require any pyrotium. It does not cook the meat and it's very slow, but I'm guessing we can put it to high voltage. So you do it like so? No? What the hell? Oh, you should turn it off first. Okay. Although this might sound very evil and convoluted and stupid, but I like the idea of electrocuting our animals. It sounds stupid, sorry. But I like the idea of the Tesla coil. So I made a Faraday suit and this should protect me from the surges. Can I turn it off and put it to high? It damages me. Okay, GG. Yeah, thank you. So if you want to repair 2 hammers, you get 4 brand new ones back. And the original one. Huh. That's kind of stupid. I mean, it's good for me, I'm not complaining, but someone forgot to do his homework. For generating RF at the barn, I thought we will use the thermoelectric generator from Immersive Engineering. It produces RF based on the temperature difference of the blocks that you put on the sides. So plutonium is the hottest one, packed ice is the coldest one I could find, and it's actually not that bad. I can easily double it. And they're cheap. Cool. Alright guys, it's one day later and as you can see I already have the BBQ Pulled Pork in my inventory because I finished the farm. So I made it at our barn area and I decided to keep this building because I kind of like it. Anyway, here is the farm. We're growing barley, tomatoes, spice leaves and soybeans for the heavy cream. Also here I'm generating RF using the thermoelectric generators from Immersive Engineering, and I thought if I use the cables from the same mod, it should kind of look nice. I also have a capacitor and I like it. Sorry, I just coughed there, so I had to make a shortcut. Hi. Anyway, here's the killing chamber, which is essentially just a mob farm. We're just using chemical throwers because it also cooks the pork for us. We have a vacuum hopper and also I have a pulse extender using a hopper clock. Because I don't want the spawner to work all the time, I want it to get activated I don't know, every half an hour for 45 seconds or 1 minute. Because pyrotium is kind of expensive and I cannot afford it right now, so this cannot run all the time and I don't want to void the pork that we get. So I have a master switch as usual in case I want to turn it off indefinitely, but if we give it a pulse, it will activate for around 45 seconds. I'm not sure exactly, I never counted, but it should be more than 30 seconds anyway. The rest of the farm is just basically a mix of devices to make the ingredients that we're going to need. The only difference is that I'm not using a cow in order to make the heavy cream, I'm using tofu. And at the end we have a crafter from RF Tools to make the BBQ Pulled Pork. So this thing is set on 40,000 ticks, which is around, I think, half an hour. And there is another thing which shuts it down, which is when we run out of pyrotium. So you cannot get a comparator reading out of the ender tank. I had to make an ender IO tanks and invert the signals. So whenever we run out of pyrotium, this will turn the timer off and the farm should stop working, which is kind of good. I also made a silo from Immersive Engineering and I thought it should look very cool. It does, but it has 2 very important problems. One, you have to feed it from the top, which I don't know how to hide the conduit. And then you cannot extract items from the bottom, so I had to hook it up to a crate, and when the crate gets full, we can see the icon on the silo itself. So for now, the silo is just empty. I should probably just put this away. Hi. I also made a path to our barn and it's not very nice, but I kind of like it. I planted olive trees and I put coursed earth because, well, technically olive trees should kill the grass, so coursed earth here makes sense. Anyway, I made a pond, I put 2 avatars from Botania. They don't do anything, they're just for decorations. I also tried to do something about our mob farm because it was not finished, it missed some blocks and also a bridge. So I made a bridge, I made a river, and I did some finishing touches. It's now a complete build. I thought today should be the day I get organized and clean up the mess in front of the base, which is just a 9x9 by now, but anyway. So this is all Toolsmith, it's a Tinker Smeltery. Here will be our enchantment area, we will have store our XP, our enchantment table, our anvils. I also like these chandeliers from Rustic, they look kind of cool. You can put candles on them and they will emit light, which is kind of nice. I also put our reactor because I needed more cyanide, because next episode we want to make the turbines. I need more power. And the last thing I made was just a roof on my head when I'm doing Thaumcraft research. It's kind of weird, but it works. I'm happy. You know guys, I just realized that there is a recipe for making cyanide. So why did I make this again? Huh. Okay. So what do we need in our enchantment room? An anvil made out of dark steel and an enchanter from Ender.io. These dark steel anvils are not very different from normal anvils, they just have a higher durability, so I thought it should be okay. This enchanter from Draconic Evolution, and where do we put this? Okay. I guess here. Let's get some bookshelves. You know guys, this is a mod pack. Who needs bookshelves? We can use blocks of draconium. If you use 4 of them, you will get access to level 30 enchants, and I have a little bit of lag because I've been playing for a very long time. And of course you cannot enchant a tool that has already been enchanted. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there you go. I do not have 30 levels, but it can enchant until level 30, but it looks ugly. Let's try something else. Mana pylons from Botania also act as bookshelves. I don't know if you need 2 or 4 of them, I just crafted 4. So this also gives us access to level 30 enchants, and I'm not sure, is it just blacked out or I don't know. Let's get level 30 and then check if we actually get access to level 30, because otherwise it's just a waste of time. So I have 36 levels and we do this again. So, oh yeah, okay, it does work. But, yeah, that looks weird. It doesn't go with the room. I don't like this. I had an idea to hide everything under the floor and use a double piston extender, but unfortunately my knowledge of redstone sucks. So we are going to use a phantom placer and a phantom breaker from Actually Additions. So you place it, you break it, and then we can place it again. The only question that I have is that will it also work with an enchantment table, because that's I don't know if it's a block or it's something else, so let's give it a try. Oh yeah, okay, that is cool. Yeah, that's nice. They are amazing. I don't know why I never used them. This is the reason that I love myself. They're gone, and they're back, and they're gone. I also noticed that I made a mistake with making this room, so it's an even number and we have to push that wall 1 block back, so that's a pain. Seriously, this is kind of cool. I like it. You know guys, the main reason that I built this room was not to do enchantments, was to make an XP shower from open blocks. The enchantment part took like 40 minutes because I was horrible with the redstone and the double piston extender didn't actually work the way I wanted it to. So I made some tanks from open blocks. They will be filled with liquefied XP and we have an XP shower. This pickaxe from Thaumcraft has mending on it, and whenever I want to repair it I have to use a solidified XP from Actually Additions, and it takes a very long time and I have to do it 1 by 1. This way it's repairing itself and I can also take a shower. That's kind of cool. Hi. Alright guys, I finished the decorations, I pushed back the wall, and now everything seems okay, and... oh, we're missing blocks. I don't have that. As I was saying, I finished decorating this place, and this build is now complete. We still have a little bits and pieces to put here, but for now this will do. I think we spend enough time on it. At least we have a place to store our garbage, because I used to put everything in front of the base and it doesn't look nice. We're at episode 7 and we should be slightly more organized. This is my favorite part. I like it. Okay, we can go and continue with another project. The next thing that I want to do today is to automate the production of Aquamarine, because I want to get into astral sorcery a little bit more, and for that we're going to need Aquamarine. I know that if you mix lava and liquid starlight, you will get sand, but there is also a small chance that it will give you an Aquamarine shale. And okay, so and I screwed it up. Hi, maybe I should do this off camera. You know guys, I also have a brain and sometimes I forget to use it. Instead of punching the sand, I could have just put a torch. Oh my god, this is hyper fast. Okay. I already have 2 stacks. Oh my god. Okay, but there are no aquamarines, which is kind of worrying, and I don't know how much are the rates. So I will bring you back when I find one. The rates are bad, but I got 1 aquamarine, so it does work. Let's find a place for this. Here we go, and it's working. It's actually very fast. I don't know how much lag it will cause, but oh, we got 1 aquamarine. That is nice. I'm voiding the sand using a trash can, and I'm using a hungry chest from Tomcraft because it works like a hopper, so we don't need to put an hopper or a torch or something. Everything goes directly inside the chest. So I just have to clean this up and we're good to go. Well, this was an easy project, but I do kind of feel sad for voiding all the sand, so maybe we should keep it. Yeah, we should. It's free sand. Why would you void it? I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but if you use a framing table from the storage drawers mod, you can make any type of drawer that you want, with any kind of block. The good news is we're no longer voiding the sand and we're keeping it. The bad news is I lost all the aquamarines because I accidentally voided them. The other problem is that this thing is so loud and it will drive me mad. We need a muffler. Having a lot of free sand gave me an idea. We can use a Clayconia from Botania to convert sand into clay, because clay for me is a very important resource. I use it in order to make hempcrete, and I exhausted all the supplies around our base, so I actually have to travel very far. With this, I don't have to travel anymore. We can make a contraption and use this. Let me get some sand and I will bring you back. So this thing needs to be near a mana pool, and it should get oh god. Oh yeah, that was the TNT, because this has an inventory of mana and it got full, so our TNT got activated. Anyway, it does not use that much mana, we just need to put sand next to it, it will be converted into clay. So it's easy to automate. Let's do it. A spark in Botania has a range of 12 blocks, so if I put a mana pool there and if I put a spark on top with a dominant augment, this should also get some mana. Yep. That is good. A mana pool also has a range of 6 blocks, so I can put the Clayconia here and it will get mana. It's sparkling, so everything is fine. We just have to dig down, put some item conduits, some item placers, and we should be fine, I guess. I made some auto placers from actually additions, because now that is my favorite mod. It helped me with the enchantment table. Now comes the boring part and I just have to configure the item conduits. Let me do that and I will bring you back. I brought an ender chest and a floating hopper hawk. Since we have a mana pool nearby, the hopper hawk should have its maximum range, and I think it will collect every clay that drops. And it should also put it inside the ender chest because it's right next to it, and by accident it should not put it inside the auto placers. So if we give it a test, yep, that is cool. And are we getting clay? Yes, that is very good. Yeah, that's nice. And the problem is that it's going everywhere, so we need to cover it. Well, I used Alpine glass because it glows during the night and we can watch the clay popping up and down. It's like a popcorn machine but makes clay. I never had this much clay. I'm happy. We automated clay with the least amount of effort. That is nice. Alright guys, it's also time to wrap up the episode. Sorry that this episode we did not do any important projects, we just did bits and pieces everywhere and we were all over the place and I have a lot of lag. Hi. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.